Hey there, Leo. Welcome to your reading for the week of June 24th. We're going to jump right in here. You have this gossip card. This is in your current general energies, and it says people are talking about you and what you're doing, which is a good thing because if people are talking about you, they're giving you free attention. You have a stability card. It says you will be stable and very prosperous. Make stability a top priority and commit yourself to consistency. I kind of feel that on a very deep level. I'm really feeling that, Leo, the whole, committing to consistency. I feel like if you could come up with a plan, in work or business or whatever it is that you're doing, and you really stick to the plan regardless of, the results that you think that you should be getting, I think that consistency is going to be key for you at this time. And so I would like stick to a plan and try it. People always ask me, these questions. I kind of work with a couple different YouTube groups, including my own, and I always get the question about like how long should I run an experiment, or how long should I do this, that, or the other thing, or I don't want to waste my time, which I totally understand. Like I was stuck there for years in my life where I was like, I don't want to waste a bunch of time on a project or a business or an idea that isn't going to work. And so what I started doing is breaking my life out into quarters. Every quarter, I have 1.5 billion ideas always in my head, right? And so I always pick one per quarter and I try it. And that's it. I limit myself to that quarter, right? To that period of time. Obviously, if something keeps working, I keep doing it. But if it doesn't, I get rid of it after the quarter. But I think that's kind of like what you need to do. It's like you need to give something enough time to show that it can produce a result, but also you don't want to waste your time, which makes perfect sense. And so what I would do here in this first row, the whole entire reading really, is it's saying like give something 30 days or give something 90 days or just pick a time and say I'm going to try this project, or I'm going to try this staying consistent with what I'm doing for this many days, and if it works, great, I'll keep doing it. If it doesn't, I'll move on to the next thing. I think the Seven of Pentacles is about weighing up your results. He's looking at what he has grown, and he's either saying it was worth it or it wasn't worth it. And so I think that would be really, really helpful for you here, Leo. It's just like picking a certain amount of time that you're going to stick to something, and then committing to a certain action like every single day or whatever, and see where it goes. You have the Queen of Wands. I feel like this is saying you're very attractive at this time, Leo. So if you're hoping for love, I would definitely get out there. I feel like you could be attracting like a new person, or you could be attracting a connection into your life. I also feel this is about, moving forward boldly. I always say Queen of Wands, she's a card of needing to learn as you go. So you are clearly thinking about starting something new, or you have, or you are working on something new. And the Queen of Wands pretty much says, keep pushing forward until you get a result and learn as you go, learn new things. You have the Hermit. I do kind of feel like you're at the end of a long journey. I feel like the Hermit really has been through a difficult journey. He has climbed through to the top of the mountain, and the story of the Hermit is that he's been through a dark night of the soul, and now he's at the top of the mountain and he's shining his inner light. So I feel for a lot of you, you've been through this like difficult time where you've had to learn a lot, or you've learned some difficult lessons, and now it's time for you to kind of come down from the mountain, as I always say, which I'm pretty sure I said to you recently. The other thing is that you go up to the star. The Hermit has the star in his lantern, and this would be you kind of like shining your inner light. So I do feel it's time for you to kind of, show the world what you're made of, for lack of a better term. With the Seven of Pentacles, you have the Wheel of Fortune. See, I feel this will change your fortunes. I think something people need to understand about the wheel is it's always spinning, and we choose whether or not to control the direction of the wheel. So a great way to control the direction the wheel is spinning is to take consistent action, like one thing for 30 days or 60 days or 90 days, whatever it is. And I feel that will help you take control of your reality. Again, I think the Wheel of Fortune is our reality. It's our personal vision for our life. That's literally what it represents. But some people just get, they're on in the washing machine of life, as I say. They're just getting tossed around all over the place. But if we pay attention, we can, double down on the stuff that's working and take control. With the Queen of Wands, you have the Ten of Swords here. It's like this is that point that you have to push through to be successful, right? It's like, I always tell a story. I was like stuck in my room for like 4 years. I had a big business failure when I was younger, and I just sat in my room and I did nothing for 4 years. But it's like I couldn't even motivate myself to get started on something new. I started actually a lot of things during that time, but I wouldn't allow myself to push past that point where something would actually be successful. I would just, I would start a project and I would just let it die. I got into this cycle. And so it's like there's this point, I believe, where you feel where it's almost like you are ruining the success before it happens. And I feel this is talking about you pushing past that point. And again, I think the easiest thing to do is consistent action. Literally, to end that period of time is when I started this channel, right? When I started this channel, I committed to doing. I think I started with weekly readings, and then eventually I added monthly readings later on. But I just stuck to doing weekly readings, and I have never missed a week, right? So I feel like over 10 years, which is crazy. But what I would say here is that I feel like this is saying, that's what I had to push through, was regardless of the result, I just stuck to it. And I feel the whole entire first row is saying that there's going to be something that you have to stick to. And I feel like your results are going to come much, much faster than you realize. With the Hermit, you have the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups is about wish fulfillment and also being in an energy. I kind of feel like this is saying you are good enough. The Hermit, he's kind of hiding his inner light. And I feel like the Nine of Cups is saying, no, you are good enough to share something. You are good enough to, show the world that you are capable of accomplishing great things, or, doing something that you want to do, or whatever the case may be. And I feel like you need to not care what people think, right? Is what that what that first card said. It basically said people are talking about you and all your secrets. It says minimize drama and take personal responsibility to act with integrity. It says your personal drama is getting in the way of your work, so be careful of the drama. But I feel like it's saying just ignore people that are talking about you. You have this Peacock Spirit, says let it shine. This is coming up in the area of what's coming towards you. And you have this Eagle Spirit, says Spirit has your back. It literally says let it shine. I didn't even notice that at first. Yes, I definitely feel you need to let your inner light shine. I feel like it's time to show off as well. It's like, here's the other thing as well. As you become more successful, the haters come out of the woodwork, right? It's like as you do things to kind of where you become more successful, more and more people, they have to, try to knock you off your square. They have to try to prove that you are not worthy of the success that you're finding. It's like I literally just did a video on my other channel where I show everyone exactly what I did to grow to this point, right? And I put it up for free. And there was a person who left a comment about how greedy I am. When I just showed people how, for free, exactly how to do what I'm doing right now and how I grew my channel and all this other stuff, right? So it's like people have to do things when you are successful to be like, no, he can't really be this successful. There's got to be some sort of skeleton hiding in his closet, right? But I just ignored it, plain and simple, right? It's like, who cares what a person who has no picture in their profile and no name, who cares what they're really saying? And I feel like that's what you need to realize here, Leo, is it's like the people who leave these comments in the first place, it's never, they're never, well, this is what I will say, is, Casey Neistat, right? He says, it takes no creativity to leave a mean comment because everybody just says the same thing. You're fat, you're stupid, or whatever. They just say the same exact thing. It takes no creativity. So it's like, why even pay attention to it? And I feel like that's what this is saying. And, there are a billion myths about the eagle, by the way, how the eagle flies higher than any other bird and gets picked on by other birds, right? And so I'm paraphrasing here. I'm sure someone will leave the correct one in the comments. But, I feel like that's what this is saying. It's like to fly at higher heights, you have to risk people making fun of you or whatever the case may be. You have the Ten of Cups, the Star, and the King of Cups. Ten of Cups is like fortune after difficulty. So I feel like there are definitely good things happening after a difficult period of time. I feel like the Ten of Cups could be talking about love. So for those of you that want love, you have the Emperor, the King of Cups, the Six of Cups. Definitely could be like a soulmate or a person that you will be celebrating coming in for you. These people are celebrating happiness. These people also live in the real world. And so they're having to deal with real world issues, but they are choosing to focus on happiness. So again, I do get something here where it's like maybe this week you're dealing with haters, or maybe it's your own parents or something like that are telling you not to do something or whatever. They might not be hating on you, but they might just be, projecting their insecurities or whatever. And I feel like this is saying focus on the 10 cups. You have the Star because you are the Star, Leo, because you have something inside of you that is trying to come out, which I feel like I've basically said the same thing to you for like 3 weeks now in a row. And it's like trying to come out. It is probably a gift. The Six of Cups sure could represent the past and all this other stuff, but the Six of Cups it represents a turnaround. It represents a time in your life where you are receiving the gift of being able to move past the point where you would normally give up, or if you have been consistently working on something. The Six of Cups can represent the gift of forward movement, the gift of, something finally working out. You have the King of Cups here. There could be a water sign coming in for you, or it could be any sign. Again, the King of Cups is just very emotionally stable. And so you could be attracting an emotionally stable person into your life. I'm also getting something about your home. So the King of Cups can represent an energy of the home. There's some cards in the tarot that I consider clue cards, where they just represent a clue that something else, is happening in your life. So some of you could be moving or traveling or, going on some sort of adventure with the King of Cups. But let's see. That's not working today. With the Ten of Cups, you have the Two of Pentacles. I mean, on a very simple level, Two of Pentacles can be this or that thinking. He's juggling a lot of thoughts. He is spinning plates, but, he can choose to focus on what he wants. The Two of Pentacles also work hard, play hard, so I would make sure that you're doing something fun at this time. With the Star, you have the King of Cups. Yeah, I like this. You could definitely be attracting a star. I'm not saying this person is famous, but this person could get a lot of attention. They could be very successful, hardworking. It could be an Aquarius as well. It could be your opposite sign that you're attracting into your life. Obviously, it could be any sign. This is a general reading. But I think that this person, one thing I want to say is I feel like this person is very healing as well. Like they have a lot of healing energy to me based off of these cards. So, you could be healing when you're with this person, or they could help you heal in some way. With the King of Cups, you have the Ace of Cups. Yeah, this person probably just has a lot of love to give in general. So if you're looking for love, I would start looking for this, or, I would get out there and I would find love. Someone, I think it was on Leo's reading, someone said, you keep saying love is coming in, but I haven't found it yet. I'm like, yeah, love doesn't just magically appear in your life. And like, why would you want it to? It's like, I think sometimes people think like, oh, it would be great if I just randomly bumped into a person and we met or whatever. But it's like, that's not like that exciting of a story, right? It's like, I think it would be better for you to, go take a class somewhere, like a cooking class or something, and meet a person doing something. It's like, I always tell people, like, yeah, you should put yourself out online, like on online dating, because if something exists and you're not using it, you're telling the universe you don't want love. But I also tell people, like, put the energy in to do it, because then guess what else? If you meet a person like at the gym who's doing something, or you meet a person in a cooking class, you're meeting a person who does things. It's like, what type of people are on Tinder, right? There are people who sit on the toilet going like this all day, right? That's the type of person that you're meeting, right? So I always tell people, like, take a class, take a dancing class, go out in public, because that's where you're going to meet a person who actually does something more than this right here, right? So, like a bobblehead, basically. So get out of the house here, Leo. It's like you don't just meet a person like randomly sitting on your couch, right? Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have this community card and this healing chaos card. So again, really good reading for your community, by the way. Ten of Cups, Six of Cups, both cards of community. So this could be a community you belong to. It could be the people that live around you or the people that support you. So you could be getting a lot of support, and we see a lot of healing in the reading in general. The Star card is like the number one healing card. So you could be healing from a chaotic situation or from a certain level of chaos in your life, and things are starting to make more sense in your life, which is great. And I definitely feel that. Again, you have the Six of Cups, the Emperor, and the Ace of Pentacles. The Six of Cups, I kind of do get that like turnaround energy in your reading, where there could be some sort of turnaround in your life, or there could be, forward movement or forward progress coming in for you. So I like that. I also feel you could just be meeting a soulmate. The Six of Cups to me can represent just like a soulmate person. And here you go. You have the Emperor. Definitely could be attracting an Emperor and Empress. Take it how it resonates. But I also, the Emperor is all about taking action. So I feel, as I love to say to you, real lions like to hunt, Eric Thomas. So I feel for a lot of you that you need to get out there and hunt. You need to get out there and do things, because that is your nature. I almost feel like, because I said this to you in your last reading as well, the bonus reading that I just did, but, that real lions like to hunt. And I feel like there are certain things in life that have pulled you away from your nature, and now it's almost like you're getting back to what your nature is. You have the Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles could be a really solid opportunity coming in for you. It seems to me like we're in a time of opportunity, but we have to like look for these opportunities. They're not going to just magically appear in front of us. So, again, I would go looking for an opportunity. That's probably how you're going to get it. And I do feel this is an opportunity that will probably improve your finances with the Eight of Pentacles showing up right here. So yeah, that's what I would do. Let's see. With the Six of Cups, you have the Ace of Swords, victory coming in for you. This could also be communication as well. So if you're hoping to communicate with a person, this could be a person communicating with you. You have the Ace of Swords and the Justice card. Both cards kind of represent law and order or justice. So if you are dealing with something legal, this could be some sort of legal victory happening for you. With the Emperor, you have the Lovers, and you also have the Five of Swords wanting to jump out there. So it could be new love. I feel like the Five of Swords is saying take the risk. I always say, Five of Swords to me, sure, could represent a breakup and blah, 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 blah. But really, if you're dealing with a breakup, you probably already know that. And so I always say that the Five of Swords is about taking the risk to put yourself out there to find love, right? So that's what I would do. With the Ace of Pentacles, you have the Judgment card. Yeah, Judgment is about waking up to an opportunity. So normally the people are in the coffins on the Judgment card, and they're rising up out of the coffins. The coffin represents their old life. Outside the coffin is their new life. And so I feel there could be an opportunity that really brings you closer to your vision. Hermit, you learned what your vision should be. And then the Star is about blasting your vision all over the place or putting it out into the world. You have the new moon in Virgo. It says a time to give rather than take. You have this full moon in Taurus. It says your dreams need a practical plan. Yes, I think that having a plan or sticking to something for a certain amount of time would be very abundant for you and probably will increase your prosperity. We already talked about it. You have the Justice card, the Five of Swords, and the Eight of Pentacles. Justice is your best friend right now. Justice is cause and effect. It says if you do something and it works, then keep going. If you do something and it doesn't work, stop and do something else. So I feel for a lot of you, this is about doing what works and making sure that you double down on the good stuff. You have the Five of Swords, again, take a risk. It's coming up in the good stuff, so this could also be you being the winner. If you are dealing with something legal, this could be like a judgment that's going in your favor, or you could be receiving rewards for something that is going in your favor, basically, and that's kind of what I feel here with the Five of Swords. You have the Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles is about putting the work in. I kind of feel like you're finally putting your work out. You've been working on something for many years, is what I feel with the Eight of Pentacles, and maybe you're finally, receiving the recognition you deserve for the work that you do. And, I kind of feel that. With the Justice card, you have the Hierophant. The Hierophant could represent marriage, so you could be meeting a person that you'll marry in the future. But the Hierophant is about, kind of the connection between the heavens and the earth and bringing your ideas down to earth, which I feel like you could be doing. With the Five of Swords, you have the Queen of Cups. There you go. So you have the King and Queen of Cups, divine counterparts. I feel like you have to take a risk on a divine counterpart here. Leo, it could be a water sign, could be a Gemini, Aries, could be an Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, or Leo. It could be a Sag. I basically listed all 12 signs. So could be any sign, but definitely a divine counterpart. Here you go. With the Eight of Pentacles, you have the Two of Cups. Yeah, I feel like this person will put the work in. How funny is it that, I've been saying that you have to go and find this. You have to put the work in. This isn't going to magically, appear for you. And the Two of Cups is clarifying the Eight of Pentacles, which is like putting the work in, going and doing something so that you can get what you want. And I definitely feel that. You have this horse. It says short journey on it. I'm a big fan of travel for you right now, Leo. I think that travel could, they say variety is a spice of life. So if things have been boring or dull, doing something new, it doesn't even have to be travel. You could be going on an adventure in the home, learning something new about your business or your career, or, about love, doing something different, or, taking a class or something like that would be very good for you. You have this Flute card. It says disappointment in a friend or a lover. I feel like you have to let go of past disappointments. That could be what's holding you up in new connections. You have this Older Man. It says dealings or relationships with an older man. You have this Torch. It says spiritual development, enlightenment, awareness, and understanding. I feel like you are attracting like a very evolved person. Like I was getting that healing energy on the King of Cups, and I feel like this person has a lot to give. So definitely could be good if you want love. You have a Scissors card. It says disappointment in some affair. I feel like the disappointment, it's about pushing past that Ten of Swords. Those moments where you feel like, oh, there's no way that this idea can work because of X, Y, Z. So I feel like you have to let go of your fears and, the disappointments and all that other stuff. You have this Lily card. It says spiritual love on it. So you definitely are probably attracting a spiritual connection or a really good connection. So that's what I feel there. But this looks good, Leo. So thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your week.